This is DSN, the Democratic Sycophant Network. Tonight, We Decide 2024 presents the first presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. We now take you live to our studio.
Welcome to tonight's presidential debate. I'm Joke Trapper, and with me tonight is Bane O'Dash. We are live from our corporate studio. There will be no audience members tonight, as the president has requested. That is totally fine with us, as we couldn't get enough people not wearing red hats interested in being in the audience anyway. Bane?
Thank you, Joke. And now, here are our candidates. First, let us welcome our most beloved leader, who we will remind the audience won by tens of millions of valid votes in 2020, more than any other candidate in the history of the world. Illustrious and totally continent President Joseph R. Biden.
Thank you, Monica. It's a pleasure to be here in Uganda.
We are honored to have you here, sir. And on the other side, we have 34 times convicted felon, rapist, warlord, racist, anti-Semite, racist, failed business owner, and incessant election denier, Dotard Blumph.
I have a feeling this isn't going to go well.
I hope not. Joke, you have the first question.
Thank you, Bane. As the rules stipulate, there will be no crosstalk, no audience, and multiple potty breaks. When not directly addressed, the candidate's microphone will be muted. The mics will also be muted at the 2-minute mark so that the debate will finish on time and I can grab a beer before the bar closes. I will start with Mr. Trump. Sir, what do you think is the most pressing issue facing Americans today, and how would you fix it?
Well, Joke, it's hard to pick just one issue, but let's start with the economy.
It's a dirty lie. The MAGA Republicans started this mess. The unemployment rate was 200 mil, 27,000, 25% when I took office. Billions of Americans couldn't afford their mac and cheese, and the candy bars got smaller.
Why haven't you shut off his mic?
Since Kamala became president, unemployment has dropped to an all-time low of negative 72.5%. The Dow Jones is at 100,000, and sales of 8-track tapes are an all-time high.
Joke. Bane? Hello? Somebody? Turn off his mic.
There are enough high-paying jobs for everyone in the country who wants to work.
Wrong.
Even if they just got here. Thanks to me, everyone can now afford my mandated electric cars, Batman comic books, and Olivia Newton-John concerts.
Wrong. You're lying, Joe. None of that is true.
Please don't interrupt our president, sir.
But he interrupted me, and now he's pulling numbers straight out of his...
Mr. President, we apologize for the interruption. Please continue.
Bane? Joe?
We've also been improving the lives of American workers by tearing down the wall to tighten border security and deporting undocumented migrants to New York City. I said that right, didn't I, Kamala? I know they don't like it when I say illegal aliens. I get in trouble if I go off script.
Joe, everyone knows you're making this up.
It reminds me of the time I worked on my uncle's farm. His name was Horatio Nostradamus O'Leary Hernandez, but my brother and me called him Uncle Janet. He had a huge walnut farm in Ontario, and we worked from dusk till dawn every summer, firing up the sludge pans to keep the trees warm.
That's smudge pots, Joe.
When we harvested the pecans, we had to haul them to gigantic silos. Well, one day those peanuts were overflowing, so we had to drive to Radio Shack to buy another silo. We had to go to 3 different locations because the first 2 had flooded out. Plus, we were hungry and stopped for lunch at Bob's Big Boy. Yummy burger. I had a double scoop chocolate cone after that, and boy, did that hit the spot. Ice cream. Anyway, Uncle Janet was met by a gang of angry Lithuanians who beat him senseless with a car antenna while yelling, "This is MAGA country." He survived only to die in Iraq 40 years later next to my son Bo, who was eaten by cannibals.
Wrong.
I'll never forget his final letter to me, where he wrote this. No lie, he wrote, "The only boy that could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man." I think about him every time I visit Disneyland, or Belgrade, or the gasoline station with Maxine. and that is why I am entreating my fellow Ebonitians to give me a second term as governor. I will continue to improve our economy, strengthen relations between North and South Korea, and move the Israeli embassy to Jerusalem.
What in the hell are you talking about? I did all that.
Get away from my mic, you leather-wrapped garlic cheddar!
Sir, I shouldn't have to tell you it's bad decorum to use the other person's mic.
And that vulgarity was completely uncalled for.
That cabbage has been rambling on for a full 10 minutes without answering your question or giving me my rightful turn.
Fact check says that it was only 2 minutes and 51 seconds. I think the public has heard all they need to hear.
Drinky time.
Cool, is there going to be cake?
We'll make that happen.
Yay!
Well, since I'm the only one here now, sad.
This concludes the first 2024 debate. Stay tuned for further election coverage from We Decide 2024.
Real sad. Really, really sad. That's sad.